However, it's just like the results that you want, you're not going to get it by your actions that you know what I'm saying? So the actions that you're taking, you're not going to get the results that you want. On top of that, you also got to deal with these males slash men out here who are playing games too. Everybody is playing games in every single age group. It is so ridiculous. So depending on your preference, going back to preference and priority, a lot of women are and men, they are operating off of preference and not a priority, which is why you're going to always have these issues.
You gonna play more of that rhetoric? All right, let's listen to more of that
So
female lies.
the next part that we get into, this is what I sent you that I want us to play and break down and stuff like that.
Months ago, and now it's back circulating. A young lady was talking to a gentleman, and he asked her, what was she having for lunch? He was going to send her over some money, and when she checked her cash app, it was $30. Now the internet is in an uproar because you got this side saying you should be appreciative for whatever the man give, and then you have the other side saying, if I'm going out to eat and I want an appetizer and an entree and dessert or whatever, send at least $100.
Right.
How do you guys feel? Should women be grateful for whatever a man sends to her cash app?
Absolutely not. I'm gonna say yes. Whatever he gives,
absolutely not.
It's a thing.
Be grateful for whatever. Okay, let's just say it's 30.
Yes.
No, it's not you, D. It's these women. Gentlemen, don't you ever entertain a woman that's asking you for money. Don't do it. If that woman is asking you for $30 for food, $15 for gas, $125 for weed, gentlemen, allow the sucker to give her money. Never give a woman a cent of your earned money. Gentlemen, you earn that money, man. You got up early in the morning. You ran through rush hour traffic. You had to deal with the political BS of your job only to collect a check to hand it to somebody? For what, D? What? Wait, D. Are these women actually trying to tell other women that not only is $30 too low, but it should be $100? Oh no, we got a call. I had to mute the call. Let me bring this, see what this call is real quick before. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Area code 719. What's your name? Where you calling from, sir?
Jeff, calling from Georgia.
Jeff, how can we help you, sir? What's your question, Jeff?
No, it ain't really a question. I was just going in regards to the lady sitting there saying in regards to ordering appetizers and stuff, and then the bill coming to $100, like just going in reference to that.
What's your statement? What's up?
Well, in regards, I think that it's a lot of stuff that we got going on nowadays. Like a lot of women are being misled, and then a lot of men are being misled. It's a bunch of immaturity.
How are men being misled when the man knows what he wants? You mean males? Men don't get misled. You mean a lot of males that get misled?
I'm not saying it in regards. I'm not saying it to the point of. I'm not saying it to a point of a man like actually being off course or anything and not following his purpose. What I'm saying is when it's like 99% of the men, 99% of the women, everybody's following trends. Like, it's a trend type situation where boom, next thing you know, everybody's gonna be everybody's a boss, or it's a boss chick, or it's
sir, that's not
high value man, high value woman. Like those are trends.
Right, but
it's constant trends, and that's immaturity. Because if you don't have your own mind and don't know what you want and where you're heading, you can be misled by that.
Sir, can you hear me, sir? What I'm saying to you, I understand you're talking about the 99. But we're here, this is a 1%er show. We're not talking about them suckers. We're talking about men here. So I see what you're saying, but that's some sucker stuff. You
Right.
right. So, but I'm saying, what what compelled you to call in though?
Like I said, in regards, I just got on YouTube and I seen it was live, and I listened to
Yes.
the lady speaking in regards to the appetizer about the $100 meal or whatever. So just wanted to speak on that. Like in regards, like I said, it came to a point where it's like, it's not a pref. I mean, it's a preference. If anything, it's more of a preference opposed to a priority. And the reason I say that is because uh, on both sides, you got some people that are that want, the high attractive women, but in reality, a lot of them don't have that at home. And then you have a lot of women that's in there saying, "Hey, I want that high value man," and then the statistics don't show that that's even in the equation for them. So that's a trend. That's a lot of people are being misled by social media, the TV influence. It's not from the old, and what's happening is we're getting more watered down. Everything is getting more watered down, and in reality, we are destroying the black culture. For one, the black culture, because you take the man out the household, you destroy the head.
You're not destroying the black culture. Please don't make people out to be victims. Nobody's destroying anything. Everything is a choice that a person makes. So please, I'll allow you to say what you want to say, but please take the victimhood, the femininity of making excuses out of this. Nobody's destroying anything. As a man, you are your own culture, and as a man, you lead yourself. So try not to say that as a generalization. It seemed like you're trying to say. That's why I want to give correction. That what you're saying is you're going like towards victimhood, but keep it towards the statement without trying to make it like we're victims here.
What makes it victimhood?
Well, what did you say? Destroying our culture and all this other stuff? Who's destroying it?
Like I said, it's a bunch of things that's destroying the culture.
Everything is based off a choice. How can one be destroyed if one is not caring about what somebody else is doing? How can they destroy that person?
And once again, like I said, that's a select group of people.
But okay, welcome to this show. We are this select group trying to teach these young men to stop giving an F about the outside world and what other people are thinking, and try to focus on themselves so they can be more of the 1% or the 0.5%, 0.005%.
Okay. And I agree, and I appreciate it. That's what, like I said, my only sentiment of it is, like I said, it's more of a, like, there's more people being led, because there are, like you said, the men. So, for instance,
they're not
you're
being
speaking
led.
and saying, "Hey, I'm trying to reach this group of men, right? These young men. I'm trying to reach this group of young men." But how many young men are going to sit there and be listening to this?
Listen, please. The dialogue is back and forth. They're not being led. They choose to be led. So stop making it like whoever's leading them has a gun to their head. It is a choice that you make. So if you make the choice to be led, then you're going to follow. So don't say that whoever's doing it on the other end is forcing people to follow. It's a choice. Everything's a choice.
I think it's miswording then, because I'm agreeing exactly with what you're saying. I think I'm saying it the wrong way.
Yes, sir.
I'm not saying it like it's just somebody holding a gun to your head. I'm saying it in the sense exactly what you said. It is a choice. It is a choice.
It's all respect, sir. No, I just want it because.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, D.
Because it's like you have a grievance with what the women's saying. So the easiest solution for you, instead of you being frustrated, just don't deal with the women who thinks that way or who's not appreciative. I would love for someone to send me $30 for lunch. And you cash out me 30, and I didn't. It's because in that video they didn't ask for it. He just did it. So, or even if you did ask for lunch money, $30, that's good for one person. They just think like, and we're gonna play the rest. But their thing is, oh no, I need more, because they want to have a lavish lunch. But the point is, when a woman does something like that or display their ungratefulness, then you should be thankful that she did, because now you get to move away from her.
Caller, do not spend any money on a woman. They're not worth it. But we'll throw you back in, brother, and we appreciate the call.
I don't agree with that. Like what you said, that I don't agree with that. Like that's what I mean again in regards to the separation. And then I agree exactly with what you said. I'm not sure your name, man, but it's not a grievance towards the women. It's not a grievance towards women. It's a grievance completely. And I'm not making it a victimhood situation. But when you look at the current climate of the black race, you know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of division. It's like the brother said, don't spend no money on a woman. But our job, our primary job,
Give
is
your woman lunch money. Listen. If you want to send your woman lunch money, it's not wrong with that. But the moment she complains about it, then you could dismiss her, because that could be a test too. Doing a nice gesture and she's acting ungrateful, then you should know that, you know what, you're selfish. I don't need to be dealing with it.
Why would you give a woman money if she asks you? Tell me why.
What if she didn't ask?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you this, because for instance, okay, if I'm sitting at work, right? I'm at work. My wife's sitting there saying, "Hey, boom, I need some money to pay the bills," and she's the one that pays the bills. And I know she's short on money.
Wife is different.
I'm gonna send her the money. Or if she does want to go out to lunch, she don't have the money, or she's short and she want to go hang with her friends.
I didn't say wife. I said a woman, not wife. Take wife out the equation. Why would you give anybody else money?
Anybody else outside of my wife, then it ain't like, no, like, I mean, that's the same thing. Like,
what are you calling in for then? Why are you calling in with a grievance if you only focus on your wife?
No, I'm not only focusing on my wife. I'm saying it in a sense. And I guess you can sit there and, like, let's say it once again in a generalization. I'm just saying in regards to the culture, the 99% basis the 1%. And what I would say, my statement to him was,
slow down, because I want to get
99%. How many parts of the 99% are going to come in
caller? Stop. Yeah, Steve, you gotta, when I'm talking, you gotta lower their mic so they can hear us. Why do you keep harping on race as opposed to white people, as opposed to Asian people? Is it a difference? Why do you keep harping on race?
There is a difference. And the difference. Here's the difference.
No. This is my question to you, because then we got to move on. Why do you care?
Here's the thing. It's not about me caring in that regard. But when it comes down to our culture is the one that's exploited more than any other culture. You don't see
exploited by who? Exploited by who?
But what you mean? Exploited by the everything out here, like any and everything out here.
We're talking about dating. We're talking about dating a woman. So how is that has to do with Black culture being exploited?
Because I'm on the phone with y'all right now and we're speaking on this. How many other cultures or ethnics are sitting here doing this?
Stop. Every culture, white people, Asian people, they have relationship podcasts. That is the number one content on YouTube that generates the most AdSense and revenue. Is talking about relationships. Every nationality, race, culture, country have different hundreds of millions of podcasters talking about relationships.
What's the content?
Good night. I can't. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing. Look, we are in retrograde right now, and I can't.
Eric, 4, what's your question, brother? What's up?
Yeah, I got more. It's a part question, part very unpopular opinion. But one thing I often wonder is, why is it always these 40-ish, 50-ish women that know better, that's stalling out this advice, that don't have a husband, really don't have a man, still trying to do some of the things they did in their 20s. And I can look back 30 years myself. I can think back being in the student years since 1993.
Slow down. No, you're gonna slow down. You're gonna slow down. Because if you're gonna focus on women of a certain age spelling out advice, what do you got to say for the men 40s and 50s and up spelling out advice? Who don't have a woman, who don't have a
I got you. Let me ask the question.
So no, wait. I need you to slow down for a second.
Married? Who's married?
Stop. No, I don't need you to speak right now because I'm talking. You came up in here, you said women 40s and 50s shelling out advice and they don't got no husband. What you need to say is, men or women or people talking about relationship who are not married? Because so are you going to have that same energy for a man who's in their 40s and 50s who are not married sitting up here giving out relationship advice, or you only got a problem when women do it?
Well, first of all, it's not an issue of having a problem with, either one. It's just that you have to look at the proxy. All of these.
No, we're not talking about no proxy. You came up in here and the first thing came out your mouth was these women in their 40s and 50s, not even married, and they want to sit up here and give her relationships. Well, what about the men 40 and 50 doing the same thing?
First of all, there aren't many, but the last one we had that was around that age is dead. I want you to name another man.
Right? You sound retarded. You sound retarded.
I'm talking about players.
You sound so retarded. And you sound stupid and you sound ignorant.
No, wait. Caller.
Ignorant and retarded.
Caller. Number one, I hope you're not talking about who I think you're talking about, because you can't be that ignorant and gullible if you're talking about who we think you're talking about. And if you think who you're talking about, don't say his name, but I hope you know he is a fashion consultant. He is feminine and he didn't have any game. So I hope you're not talking about who you think you're talking about. So please don't say that here, because those who have game will educate you. That MF was fake. He didn't have any game. He wasn't
the only one sitting up in they middle age talking about relationships. 1 second, hold on, mute for a second. I gotta ask
right now. We think of maybe one, maybe two people.
Shut up, caller.
And out of the two people,
caller, shut up.
I can hear one at a time.
You him, or just get rid of him, because I don't have time right now.
Caller, let me explain how it works.
No, can you stop for a second?
This is how it works. You say something and be quiet and stop running your mouth so we can have dialogue. Why do you feel that you keep running your mouth and we're trying to talk to you, but yet you keep running your mouth, caller? Just say something and pause so we can rebuttal and reply. That's how it works. Does that make any sense, caller?
That makes sense.
Okay, cool. Now, Dana, please go ahead.
Dangerous. He says we losing tonight, not advancing to the final four. Who is losing? Because I'm not watching the games right now. So just can you please put in the chat which team is not advancing? Thank you so much. Anyway, getting back to this retard on the phone.
Dana.
And yes, you are retarded. You just, because you come up in here, first you're talking about women. Then I had to pull your card because you don't have that same energy for men who sit up here who are not married in their 40s and 50s talking about relationships. And then you want to talk about someone who is dead. So what is your point?
Well, my point was this, and I'll say it again, to differentiate between someone who's telling someone or teaching someone how to rape and how to deceive is not the same as someone who's been married for 23, 24 years, who's been through it, who can actually give solid advice. And then I go back to what I said originally. Well, I'm gonna pause. Go ahead and rebuttal that.
Well, who are you talking about? That you talking about the deceased person was married for 24 years?
No. One of the person I'm talking about, I don't think he's ever been married, but I think all three of us know who I'm talking about when I say he's deceased, like the guy that's
right.
lives around the area I am now.
Who is the woman that never been married? Who you talking about?
I'm not talking about that person being the end all being. I'm just saying that when you think of people, his name is one of the first names you think about. You can't name anybody else.
Wait, and if that's
that was giving out useful advice that had nothing to do with
if that's the case, then there's something wrong with the person that thinks that person's name when it comes up. And that means the person that thinks that person's name is gullible, naive, and disillusioned. Are you serious?
Wait, caller.
Oh my God.
So caller, my question to you, who is the woman that you're talking about?
Well, I was looking at, and I don't want to really say her name, at one of the panels you put up with the four ladies on there. Now, being from the Atlanta metro area and seeing, some of the studios in, I've seen some of those women in person and I've spoken to them. And a lot of them are not spring chicken. And I say the same thing to a dude that's running around here telling men, to deceive women, to abuse them emotionally and sexually. I say the same thing.
Okay, so
the energy, no.
Okay, so let me say something, caller. So okay,
caller, quiet, please.
So let me rebuttal. And this is what Steve talk about with the males, and this is my point why y'all keep y'all grown ass men, old grown ass men are weird. Every woman, no matter what age, no matter what she looks like, they have a right to their own opinions, to how they feel, what they want. Why are you why are you triggered about a podcast of women talking about cash apping $30 for lunch? Now we talk about it and we give our opinions about what people are saying, but I'm not going to disrespect another person by getting personal. Well, I seen them in real life and they ain't no spring chicken. Sir, your balls sag. So who are you to sit up here and say they ain't no spring chicken when you got saggy balls?
All right, we don't want to. Okay,
Can I tag in on that? Let me just say this. First and foremost, let me just say it like this. It's not an issue of being triggered, because at the end of the day, like was mentioned, only someone stupid would give money to a person that's really a stranger to them, talking about helping them for nothing. Now, as far as what you said about me knowing these people, all that, the truth is the truth. You know, when you look at what's going on here, everybody that gives some positive information about, you know, how to be in a relationship, how to treat someone, respect someone, isn't really listened to like that.
But what is your point though with that? I don't understand.
Sir, you said
my point is this, and this is just an example, and I hate to throw this name out there, but I'm saying it. When someone, for example, like TD Jakes, was actually talking about.
All right, caller.
Having relationship, being in a relationship. The next thing you had going was
stop.
All this stuff come out about it.
Do not mention
I'm
his
saying
name
is, if you only listen to,
he is tied into somebody right now that we don't want to discuss.
I got the house rated.
I think you don't want to use his name. Okay,
right,
his
caller,
name.
Let me ask you a question.
Someone who actually
let me ask you a question.
Gets ignored. So
let me ask you a question, caller.
You know, encouraging people to
caller, let me ask you a question. You said you married?
Yes, been married for 24 years.
Where's your wife?
To a black woman.
Where's your wife? Where's your black wife?
She's sitting about 15 feet from me.
Looking at you?
Yeah.
Shaking her head like this nigga sound dumb as shit.
No, you're making an assumption. No, she's not. She's been with me to know me and know who I am.
No, okay. So listen, why is she not on her knees? It's Saturday night. It's Saturday night.
What?
You know what I'm saying? You've been married for 23 years. Why is she not on her knees right now?
For what? Why? Explain.
You don't know what that means? Is she going to get on her knees when you get off this phone?
Oh my God. Okay.
Did she cook you? Let me ask you another question. Did she cook you dinner tonight?
Yeah, she actually did.
She did?
Yep.
So is she going to get on her knees? And what did she cook for you? What she cook?
That is money in business, but like I said,
What she cook?
All right.
Tonight was whiting fish, wild rice, and I want to say broccoli.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A healthy meal. Good for her and good for you.
All right, caller, we'll throw you back in, man. We appreciate the call.
Why don't go and have sex with your wife?
Anyway, thank you for the call, man. God, let's see. Area code 210. What's your name? What's your question, sir? What's up? 210. What's your name? What's your question? What's up?
Listen, how can
Where is he?
I don't know. I can make a statement before we get back to the video.
Anyway,
how can you be married for all those years and you get triggered off of young women or just women period in a podcast, right? And I look at it, if you have a healthy relationship, why are you not fucking on a Saturday night?
Well, that's not the case in point, but
case in point.